everybody. I am so excited about tonight's training. We have not had someone train like this for us, this expertise from Morgan. So I will let her give some background and all the things, but she's going to talk to us about some skincare things tonight. And she may end up having to do some other parts to this just to see what she feels and how tonight goes. But I am so excited to have Morgan. She just joined us 3 months ago, I think
Yeah,
this is your third month and
yeah,
already hit 15%. That's your highest
yeah,
15%.
yeah.
So I am just so excited. It is going to be an awesome call. So I'm going to mute myself, and Morgan, I'm going to turn it over to you, dear.
All right. Hey, y'all. So, bear with me. This is my first kind of training on Zoom. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I am from the upstate of South Carolina. I've been a licensed esthetician for 9 years. Like I said, I've been with pharmacy for about 3 months, going on four. So I'm just gonna just throw out when as an esthetician, when you go to school and you get out, they say if it's not professional, you can't use it. Meaning, if Peggy Sue can buy it off the shelf, then it's not professional. So, and that's us. If anybody can buy it. So, but I really leaned in. I learned about the ingredients. I consistently used it twice a day, and I just love it. And to be honest, a lot of the ingredients that we have in our products are way more gentle than these high end brands that even I carried. So it's just professional lines are not affordable. And we stress that we are affordable. We're affordable luxury, and and that's really important to people, is can they afford it? So and also, when we sell it, we need to be knowledgeable enough to suggest certain products, for each person. So I'm going to talk a little bit about at least three products, just kind of touch base on them. But you know the great thing about pharmacy, and we all know this, is because even if you don't know about skincare, you can sell wellness. If you don't know about wellness, you can sell makeup. So, but it all kind of blends together, right? So, even if you're into makeup, skincare is your foundation to your face. So, and really, if you think about it, I want you to put a one in the chat if you really don't have a skincare. I mean, you're just kind of picking random things, you're trying it as they go, and you're just kind of winging it. Um, so when you do your skincare morning and night, I don't even call it a regimen. I call it a ritual. I have two little kids and I have very minimal time in the mornings and at night, but your face is the first thing people see, and it will be for the rest of your life. Now, if you really don't care, that's up to you. But it's super easy and super simple to get a ritual or a regimen together, and stay consistent. And that is the most important part. So, when you know about our products, it's important to say, if you know about a little bit about them, that's even more important, right? So you can't have somebody say, "Oh, well, what does our retinol do?" And you say, "Well, I don't know, it's great, just buy it." Well, you can't just do that, because retinol is very powerful. And ours is gentle enough to use every day, but it is also potent enough to work, to see results. And that's huge. So I'm going to talk about three products that I suggest to all of my clients. I'm doing facials at work, and I suggest all of this. I also tell them, if you really want to see results, you need to be obsessed with your skin, right? And with anything, you really hone in. If you want to start a diet, you need to become obsessed with whatever it is you're doing, right? Because that's when you're going to see the most results. So, sun damage is number one for dark spots and wrinkles. That is 100% true. So, we don't have a moisturizer with an SPF in it. I'm really hoping that comes in the future, because that's very important. until then, we can suggest our BB creams and our CC creams, which have 25% um, SPF. They're 25. So that's really good for foundation, really, because it's a moisturizer. It's not really a foundation. So it's a skincare product. So the first product I'm going to talk about, and it's really not even a skincare product, it's collagen. It is 100%. If you try to share anything to your clients, it is the collagen. So collagen is trending right now. I don't know what happened. People have realized it makes a huge difference. And it does. So after 25 years of age, your collagen production slows down dramatically. So it's not something that you want to just put on the back burner. You need to start pushing pushing the collagen, number one. So a lot of people say, well, it's $95 or whatever it is. It is expensive, and that's when you turn around and say, well, if you join, you can get it 50% off. This is something that they need to be on every single day, forever and ever, and amen, right? So the good thing about our collagen, if you don't take it, start taking it, but it's tasteless. It has zero grit, it dissolves in hot or cold. It also has 10 grams of protein. Especially for women, the first thing we need when we wake up is protein. That gets our metabolism going. So if you add that to your coffee, perfect. That's great. You already off the bat have, protein. So a lot of people don't know it's good for your hair. It's good for your nails. I'm also a nail tech. So when I look at people's hands, I'm like, girl, you need some collagen. So that is our number one product that we need to be really pushing, because that is your foundation for your skin and your whole body. So our second product is our retinol. I get asked all the time what I would suggest to anybody, and especially in their 20s. See, my thing is, you see a need, you fill a need. So you see people, let's be honest, most of our clients are over 20, and they're women, and they want to feel good about themselves. They want to continue to feel good. So retinoids do more than just lighten dark spots. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, I want a retinol, but I don't know what it even does. It lightens dark spot. It does more than that. So it helps with the appearance of your skin, how it feels, the texture, helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It is really good for acne. So if you have acne scars, a lot of people don't know how well it is for acne. So don't overlook the retinol. Like I said, it is strong enough to use every single day, but it's gentle enough to use every single day. It's important to know that you need to be telling them use your retinol at night. So it is very sensitive to sun. It could make you burn really easily. So start telling them to use it at night. That is really important. I will say a lot of people that start a skincare regimen, they start all these things and they start to notice that they're breaking out, and they're like, oh my God, I'm having a reaction. I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to stop. I'm allergic to it. That is the biggest mistake. Do not quit. Just keep going, stay consistent. And it's 90% of the time, it's not the product, it is your skin. So having to have that purge, we're going to purge everything up and out, and then we're going to keep continuing to make it better. So, that is really important to tell anybody. I've had people say, oh, well, I'm breaking out, I'm going to stop using it. Don't stop using it. Keep using it. So our third product that I will suggest, and it is one of the lowest prices products we have, but it is so important if you want your skincare to work properly. And you don't want them to not work. We don't want people coming back and saying, hey, this stuff is crap, it's not working. Well, it is. You're just not using it properly, and you're not using the right products. So a toner, what a toner does is it balances out your pH. So I'm washing my skin, I'm doing all the things, and now my pH balance of my skin is just out of whack. So use a toner, whether you just kind of pat it in your hands. I like our Age Reverse in glass. It is amazing. It has a little bit of witch hazel. It is not drying. It is alcohol free. and it is amazing for balancing out your pH. So don't overlook that. Our calendula is amazing. Calendula is a very important flower. If you don't know, calendula is a healing. It's a literally healing flower, and it gets overlooked so much. So make sure you suggest a toner. That is going to make the difference in what they buy as well. So a lot of people ask me, well, how do I use all this? Well, it's super simple. Just don't overthink it. You need to cleanse 2 times, not once, but twice. So you're going to cleanser 1, cleanser 2, you're going to exfoliate. I like our exfoliating cleanser. It has a little bit of a grit. I want to say it's a salt grit. I use that, and I tell people to use that until the grit is completely gone. Once that salt, that grittiness has dissolved, then you're good. You're going to move on to your next one. So, and then you're going to tone. You got to tone your skin before your serums will work. Your serums are a waste of money if you do not get your pH balance back to where it is. So, whether you use our brightening serum, our aqua serum, hyaluronic acid, any of that. So, you're going to do 2 serums. Most people do. So you're going to do a brightening or your aqua, or you're going to do something of that sort. And then you're going to move on to your retinol or your vitamin C. So you doubling up, a lot of people think, oh, well, it's just kind of sitting there. Well, if you balanced out your pH, it's going to soak into your dermis, your epidermis better. So it's going to work better. Then you're going to use an eye cream and then your moisturizer. It is very important to switch moisturizers from day and night. Nighttime and daytime moisturizers are completely different. So the daytime is lighter. You don't need as much during the day. Your oil production is faster during the day and less at night. So at night, use your night cream because it is thicker. It's a different consistency. So definitely pay attention to your moisturizers. A lot of people will say, well, I'm super dry, I need a heavier moisturizer, or I'm super oily, I'm not going to use a moisturizer. That is number one thing. I'm oily and I'm not going to use it. Girl, your body is overcompensating with oil because it has no moisture. So that is so important. Even if you're oily, moisturize. Fun little fact, if you do have oily skin, you're going to age a little gracefully because you're moisturized. You're basically more hydrated. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. So I also want to talk about, before I end, it's very important to know that I have a lot of people that say, oh my God, our foundation, sometimes it's cakey or it's not sitting on my face right or yada, 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 yada. It's very important to tell your clients or your people when you start your skincare in the morning, which you should be doing, you're going to moisturize. That's your end of your skincare. Then you're going to prime. You're going to use our primer and you're going to let that primer sit for 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes. I'm guilty. Sometimes I'm in a rush. I just throw it on and I walk out, but try to let that primer sit for 5 minutes. Then put your foundation. So, like I said, I mean, we have so many amazing products. I was a professional girly for a long time. Like if it was not professional, I was not touching it. And we're taught that in school. And once I kind of got that out of my head and really used the products, our products are amazing. Amazing. So don't overlook them. But the number one thing I would suggest is that collagen. So just learn a little bit about each one. It's really easy to sell something when you truly believe in what it's doing. So, and when you do know about the products, we're in the people business. We need to have people trust us in order to buy from us. So we want them to change their life, change their skin, because in the end, they're just going to keep buying from us, which is great. And then they could join us, which is even better. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, I'm on Facebook. Just reach out to me. Like I said, I've been doing this 9 years, so skin in the skin game. So
I'm about to blow you up because my mind is just like, blown. Like,
Yeah.
I did not know these things. Like, a lot of this
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really, and people don't know about the toner. The toner thing really, it is the most overlooked skincare product.
I don't use a toner.
You need a toner. You will see a huge difference. Absolutely.
Y'all, how freaking awesome was that? I heard so many people in the comments like, man, I got so many questions. Me too, girl. I'm about to side message Morgan and be like, fix my
Right.
face.
So I will say too, if you're not getting a facial, please get a facial. It's not only relaxing, but it's so good for you. At least I suggest 2 to 3 months. Every 2 to 3 months. Every month is great, but who can afford that, you know? So try to
Now,
get a facial.
when you say double cleanse, do you double cleanse morning and night?
Yes. Yes.
And double cleanse, like, will a cleansing balm or micellar water count as one cleanse and then your cleanser, or no?
Um, yes, I would consider, our cleansing balm to get rid of the first layer and then
Yeah.
our cleanser. A lot
Okay.
of people just go in with a cleanser or they'll
Yeah.
use the cleansing balm and think, oh, okay, that's good. Next step.
Yeah.
Don't skip the double cleanse. Yeah, that is
Love it.
super important.
Gosh, y'all, I know, mind blown. So many people are like, fix my face. Woo! That is so good. Okay, yeah, Morgan, we're gonna have to have you come back and do some more because this was just like so good. So many nuggets that we got tonight. I know, Linda said, I'm in shock. Yeah, girl, me too. Like, so many things. I'm about to have to go place an order because I ain't got no toner.
Get you some toner. Get a toner.
Okay, this is so good. Wow, that was so good. Let me see, Tiffany, but wondering if any more. Yeah, you can message Morgan. She'll
Yeah.
help us fix our faces.
Yes,
But that
definitely.
was so good. Thank you so much. So many great tips and nuggets tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed tonight's training. Thank you so much, Morgan, for this.
You're
This was
welcome.
so
You're welcome.
good.
We'll
So
do
good.
some more.
Anybody, any other questions right off the top of the head? Anybody? I literally have been telling my husband everything she's been saying. He's been great. That's so funny. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. I don't see any questions, but thank you so much. This was so good. I'll get the replay up for you guys. Wait, Ashley's hair is different. Yes, Ashley's hair is different. I'm trying a little bit of highlights. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to this front piece. It looks good like this. Like that looks good, but it's just taking me a little bit to get used to. I changed it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm like, it's summer. Let's add some blonde in,
Yeah.
Addie said I looked like an old lady, and I said, what? I think it's because it's like blonde and she thinks it's gray. I'm like, it's blonde. It ain't no gray. Kids, they'll tell you like it is. That's all I'm saying.
Humble you.
All righty. Well, thank you guys. I love y'all. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Morgan.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.